which is Anna Oma, what in New Boy Town, what in La Paz, and I would see me a question of Moho baby, New Boy Man, New Boy Town.
That's right.
A bofu, what I wish now see me a member of my constituency in a way. I mean, Shamuna, and why Ken Kuranchie? Ken Kuranchie, make us a journalist. Make us a businessman, kakra. And I like setting up small enterprises.
Yeah, that's right.
And he make us a businessman, kakra. Make us a lawyer.
Yeah,
Me a family man.
that's right.
Me a Methodist.
Hey.
Me channel kind of me about 55 years old. Me free. You never free. I send north one side. Canada Japan on one side. You could be a friend and send that mine.
Oh
The
yeah.
whole number free. Me mama dey free. I have for tepa. Because it's in the case Ashanti region. The whole baby na free.
Okay.
The woman war tepa.
Okay.
Me tina sunyan kakra. Because school pokware. Akata shefo nyina me sham.
That's right.
Local school pokware. Oh me schoolmate at least. The three former me classmates. Kusu kakra pokware. Ma school kakra wo University of Ghana. Ma school kakra wo school be a friend of Mount Crest University.
That's right.
No classmates kakra so Makola. In brief,
Makola's School of Law.
Makola School of Law. In brief, no, that is Ken. No experience in journalism.
Okay.
Kakra. Me chinyu mama de apem ni achi. Enye ha no metra meka. My nyuma bebre.
Yeah, the tough of
me say dey see mpaboa. Oh, when I make us my nyuma bebre, I can craft a shoe for you.
Blog me for kase.
I can craft a shoe for you. My dog papen. Minim say dey see abetwa.
No Johnson.
I've done quite a lot in my very short life. At a point in time, I was engaged as a block factory worker. In the cement man so minim kakra. I lived quite a varied life.
Wow.
Very interesting life. Maybe do hey. Then I'm noticing across the street, we do traffic light now. I've been sending or left to say. I've been sending or left to say. Now, maybe now maybe show more by you man at your newspaper, daily search like.
Yeah, daily search like.
And then you back home, maybe office or neighbor office, but by you opposite and so now. Kofobi or near color separation. And I do my guy. How many of any color separation? Was a so printed paper.
Yeah.
You have to divide the colors into at least 4 or 6 primary colors.
Yeah.
The same way now, it was a whole production. Yeah, but that one.
Wow.
Yeah, someone there, the no man, you man, no color working good disket so. This is a movie so.
Pen drive.
Yeah, first I said disket. They call CD.
Yeah.
They say that is so easy. You can send it by telephone credit. Yeah. So then you have to draw. You have color separation. Wow. Yes. Hey, auntie, quite a very life. It has been interesting.
Wow. His name is Honorable Kenneth Agyei Kuranchie. And if you know one-on-one, my politics, that's the main agenda. A political career, no so I'm saying, how did it start? But you were not a politician. But then I was not about politics. I
believe passionately in finding lasting solutions to problems that bedevil this country.
Okay.
When the Rawlings administration was in power, I believed that administration did not have the best interest of Ghanaians. That administration, na me would they say Ghana could do baby or Ghana could do. So that is when I began to develop an interest in public matters. Fortunately, I had a voice. Someone number chronicle. That she me by kakra. Not chronicle for people. We friend weekend chronicle. I was working there. It's in way kakra or guide. And I'm a friend of daily guide. Daily guide. She me setting me paper out daily searchlight.
Yeah.
Before them, now me a stringer. Now me 7% the ego. Now me a stringer. My paper be a friend of
PMP. No.
PMP, it was earlier, quite early in my career.
All right.
Now me swing a people, a friend of Voice.
That
paper. Voice, now Voice. Actually, before the summer, now new people be a friend of Free Press.
Free Press.
Wow. And also now me swing. Free Press was a very strong, public, very, very redoubtable news outlet. No more office, no more. We do circle here. PNT, Vodafone office, no. They be it was quite Thompson publications. It was quite major outlet. And then
wow.
Ego.
I mean, late father, so now he was into like printing. Till Juma or a graphic corporation.
Okay.
He was the manager estimator way back.
Okay.
Now later I'll join Book Press, Mr. Bachman.
Okay.
Yeah. Mr. Bachman, during the days no more.
Yes. That's a powerful printing.
Yeah. Mr. Bachman, very nice man. I miss him.
A lot of fantastic.
Then how did you dive into politics?
And I'm diving into politics because the interest was there. Now you write about people, the people who create the problems, and some of them who claim to have solutions for the problem. You are constantly writing about them. The next legitimate step is to make the transition.
Okay.
To move from writing about people to be the center of the people, the center, the person who does, so that other people can write. I believe, most people should also try to make the transition. And I mean the transitional period.
Okay.
Since but that's also activism, politics. It has been interesting.
It's in politics. I don't want to join NDC.
And I have always had a traditional problem with the National Democratic Congress. On the
traditional problem.
NDC was formed out of your tax money.
Okay.
The NDC as a political party, it was money that it was a party that people took money from, resources from the state, and formed a political party. So
NDC came out from PNDC.
NDC party,
it came out from PNDC.
On the so-called founder of NDC, Oba Bamnono Nkutahi.
Okay.
He was a lieutenant in the army.
Yeah.
Now, so because a political party is even then, it is a very capital-intensive proposition. Every year, you're independent in Ekrampo. It's a very capital-intensive proposition.
Okay.
And where did they get the money to set up the NDC? And now, most of the party's officials and founders were people who were in power, close to power, associated with power. The PNDC power. A yeska until NDC na Ghana Post area, and I see why from NDC. And people should have this. I charge you know, say what at the back of your mind. Say culturally, that is the mindset of the National Democratic Congress as an organization. It believes say far abaya de no enyeshi. For me, it is a problem. Say you therefore can be so, and a contract can be better to so. And now say be wabemwa be say na a party no. I believe that party has that culture, and in fact the history supports it. That is how the NDC came about. Joining NDC officially and becoming its member, I always have a problem with that proposition.
PPP near the parties in this way.
Oh, I've really not thought about it.
So why did you join the New Patriotic Party?
The New Patriotic Party, I believed in and in fact, I may still believe in the philosophy of the New Patriotic Party. I believe in the liberalized marketplace. I remember a classic example. Nano, and no as a Bank of Ghana, they can say, oh,
I have the voices.
They can say, oh, Omo Kotuashe Forest Bureau for Bia, Omo Jumentina dollar, say Forest Bureau, no, or office, now a registered company, or meeting a tax obligation, no, it's animating. I don't think Bank of Ghana has any business meddling with them. They should be allowed to operate.
Yeah.
The problem is not created by them. Because maybe not because I only forest grow. Or maybe I because of piano or forest grow. The only thing they say Udim Rasso. Oko baby a visa passport. The moment I do room so cost a scanner. If I'm not sharing the profit, to visa passport. And then no man will be if the person is able to meet those obligations, but let them operate. It's free. You ever see a radio station, EEZY FM. Or say a BA crime need to be a radio station. It's free. It's creating employment for people, creating avenues for people. It is no money, and I do not believe that we should have a directed market. And for me, that is freedom in development. That is what the MPP stands for.
Now you left the EEZY 107.5 and the Honorable Kenneth Agyei Kuranchie and Chuchu and Kumo. But you left them.
Yes, I left them.
Why?
I left them because I can see that in my lifetime.
I said that you jumped from a sinking ship.
No. They may sink or swim.
They may or might.
They might sink. They may sink. Whatever happens to them. I believe so. You see, when you are in an association, a group, and the group stands for an ideal that you believe in, but the mechanics of the organization clearly allows itself to be hijacked. I say, plane, yato plane na plane na na obidi to aeroplane. No so be plane pilot. Na yamakwan ye nyina atena se be try risk ni aye ni onipa ko na the plane be ko be amfanko. I think say that mentality has been with MPP since the year 2000.
Since the year 2000.
The year 2000 and has increased diametrically. Classic example. Now no yen kotin the national chairman of the party Akwaji post ewa bem. Oh, the national chairman of the party Akwaji post wa bem. Now as a president no maybe nko ya hwan de be kan kire.
Me too.
Maybe sir.
Me too.
Maybe sir, because you see I will see in your positions there is sacrosanct. In your positions there, whoever is in the government in the party is trained, that position should be able to call the person to order. Say, Nana Akufo the president in your be ya. Why be the between your country apart from party chairman? Now, party chairman also did you president, the minister, and someone?
The chief of staff.
Chief of staff for the president in the maybe a national chairman crowding who are shade there. On the ODD, our president, no minister, no, and some. You may be over Ubenya Kakrago Butum there. And now, party, no, let's not forget, say, the party is a permanent arrangement.
Okay, a permanent arrangement.
Party is a permanent arrangement.
Okay.
The government is a temporary arrangement.
Okay.
Because the party now order. MPP order since 1992. There has always been MPP, but there was an MPP government which came to an end, and there has been an MPP government which may or may not come to an end. So the MPP government is a temporary arrangement. You have had MPP government 1 and 2. This year MPP government 3 and 4. Ebiana no beba. Not that you are MPP 5 and 6 government. But the MPP, it's MPP no stands for something. Enti omumba, so MPP no stand for something. No. The banning MPP 1, 2, 3 and 4. Or says 1, 2, 3 and 4. No, so mu gena we be enyefa. Ne papa no, ne mama no MPP no. It's me friend catch and say, "Ora." Ade a wonam kwan onam so no, why a party no fortunes and aspirations. I'm not seeing that in the New Patriotic Party, and it's a problem.
A very big one, of course. Do you believe in Baumians?
I don't. I don't. Anopai, make a paper be front page. Our castle is a staunch supporter of Roper. Okaikoi Roper. Representative of the Representation of the People Act. And on I say, so be to Canada. Not 30 years in Oma Canada. Or to where the vote number 2 free here. Ako Canada.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Now for trouble Canada, no one decided who becomes president in this country. It will only create problems. When you Ghana for the Otogo.
Maybe you don't know. The intermarriages in Ghanaians are
they decided say the vote no for Nigeria. When you Ghana for the Nigeria.
A lot.
They say it could be registered on Nigeria. They register Ghana for Nigeria. Oh, about half of the population is living out of the country. Omonya vote now and can yet bad. But you see, the problem is that yen yet ha. There be a share ha. And she say decided say if we choose to somewhere omundi anymore ha. Now face the 2 million command ko the best select here. Yeah, and and also I've always been in support of Roper. I don't think he has adduced enough thought. And no manner, he seems to be somebody who likes making very quick and popular declarations. Somebody who has been very quick to make quick and populist declarations. Media, me back home, any gay or something activity in Coco. Then Kasasa. Your leader of a republic like Ghana, you give greater consideration to certain things before you speak.
You give reason to certain points before you speak. Definitely, yes. I want to work within time to see how best we can dive into all these issues. But we'll find part 2 of it. Let's say the main. But before we come to that, that question with me, but I mean, is that a bit with myself? I don't know the young mama go because there's still on now. My sister say, so the Attorney General now, when I said to the court, man, say,
you see, John Mama, some say, Krumaya, he said, Yenomaya. Oh, democracy, Republican democracy, practice. It bet me 1,000 years.
Maybe you can go, maybe so the special prosecutor, special prosecutor.
In fact, the truth of the matter is, the special prosecutor will court to that.
More court to that.
There's a case I have against the special prosecutor already in the Supreme Court.
Wow.
But I'm going to file what we call a notice of discontinuance.
Okay.
Now, my job is to be a radio. Because my technical breach is due.
Okay. You're not your mama, dear.
So, Kumna, once you share Onomaya, and Manomaya, he guilty. A year, Bassa. Or says a constitutional yeshisha. Yeshisha no pape. Nay practice no pape. As soon as maybe son say, Obi Juma. Na yesi wako retirement. Obetumi asan be adwuma ne bio wana.
Okay.
Asma me bisa ne say wo hwe your presidential terms na etwaso first and second term no twaso.
Yeah.
Ana so obetumi akofi. Akotena fie 20 years no asan ba na. Me bisa say obi a former president or you qualified to stand to become president again. We share your eligibility clauses now. What the 40 years and above.
Okay.
A way of sound mind. We are Ghanaian any 1 or 2 things which may have standing for president. Maybe Sasa I am focused on. Because as I'm thinking, or your sound mind. Government or your sound mind is over 40 years. And I'm
very good.
A citizen of Ghana.
That's right.
Is he eligible to contest to become president? Constitution make it clear so only eligible.
Okay.
Conform something in any government channel him for. in your party politics or Roma.
Yeah.
And she almost standing for parliament. They say, Yenfa, I'm a peninda than also make a home. Or say, be why I spelling it clear or constitution. If you also are spelling it clear, that is why you go to the Supreme Court for clarity.
And you call for clarification.
These are very important constitutional questions that need to be answered. Say, Obi, where we also called up Brufu, or called up Brufu, if I was a president, you know, or come 41 years, or film or be 49 years. No, so okay. Okoya Brufu, sir, 20 years. Into 20 plus 49 years, 69 years.
Yes.
He's still a young man. What they compare, if you know, as a Moody president, 69 years is still a young man. But so, person is somebody president view. Embraman Hokwain, and Amraman Hokwain. That is the question before the Supreme Court.
So, what was the
Supreme Court decided Embraman Hokwain? I well and good. I've asked the question. It has been answered.
But what was the final verdict? It was struck out.
No, it's still before the Supreme Court, and that is also a problem that I seem to be suffering. Misreporting.
Okay.
Misreporting of
Sagareko Streets.
Misreporting. As some I call Supreme Court now November last year.
Okay.
Almost striking out, but the government, as some Nankasano, Omaka said, they've not dealt with that some Nankasano. They won't say, maybe I also can go for no.
Yeah.
And I directed for no.
Yeah.
Room.
That's right.
Because for no win the Supreme Court. And also way out. And to go for in Nebra.
Okay.
But maybe I'm going to back the Muslim no and say,
that's right.
It's once I would say me, when I'm be real no, back in the Muslim na fina. Yeah, they better work on once. That is what happened the last time.
Okay.
The same with the misreporting.
Okay.
So last year, court also Ken Kuranchie has been ordered to amend his reliefs.
Okay.
Now, me and I'm a Supreme Court when I'm say me reliefs no. The way I may say I don't know, person may be here then account. Because Supreme Court they have no interest. They have no interest in my matter. The judges say, oh, they don't have an axe to grind. Baby, I know credible down a comma on the litany that they're sorry no more.
Okay.
A comma means what? Or the mammy.
That's right.
They have no axe to grind, so they have no interest to say so. Can what they are the buy and wabon until no corner causes and a train ye debby. Me and I'm a CEO. I damn the buy no. A man ma ho kwenti no me hwa me de bi kan ho a ebe mama so me kwai more solid.
Okay.
Enti mama me kwanam fa bi kan ho na so ko to me ya adwen. Na so tie report na ba bontin na as if say so ko no say oh why they not the buy na ye Okaikoi the on the removal of one or two factual basis before the conclusion says for political count obi ti fear na jo we kan pe as long as I can really so the can catching the song from but that does not what happened.
Okay. His name is Mr. Kenneth Agyei Kuranchie. Right in front of me, 101. Of course, you all know he's an independent candidate now for Okaikoi North constituency. I feel like, you may be here, but the main reason why we are here is all about GN Bank. Dr. Papa Kwesi. Do you think he made a mistake by joining forces with the MPP? That's the first question I raised now. Is it a greater mistake he has ever made?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. So, but
he doesn't believe in the MPP no more.
Yeah,
he became a minister or something. He was given a position in the
minister for public sector reforms.
Yeah, I think yes.
And at the point, I think minister for finance or something.
Yeah.
Ministry na the man no. I believe is the biggest problem. One of the biggest problems we are facing in Ghana today is ensuring efficiency of public systems. But right from day one, Mr. Mekanwasem said he was not going to be able to achieve that objective. Because see, the problem is bigger than him. the person who ought to have a vision for reforms and to try to do something about it, them should at all times be the president of Ghana. And it is obefa obi for position now, if Dr. Indom in India, the person can be maybe an advisor. And the president should also make a personal commitment, say, or the advice never meeting. Sisi no kase. Police father no police station satanic courts. Oh, Sisi no kase. The police are settling rape cases at police stations.
Wow.
Yes.
Any evidence on that?
Me see they are settling rape cases at police stations. Me no kase say the police are settling major crimes. Remember a classic example. You be a branch of car. The car Okotonzo car was all about 200,000 Ghana cedis or so. If we are car no Okoton car no the car na call or this car na call butchery. In Joko police station, Okoye report. Police have only so many resources are would pay to get the assembly.
Wow.
In Tiarantina na social media DHC. Obey posting my friends so Kofono war Togo. A flower border no so baby. And on one co police says, Matis and Kofono a flower.
Yeah.
80 DHC. Only police for no could do almost some Kofono on car na. Sikano bag ma no. One who see complainants no form.
Wow.
Nipa na what tracy who see from no more day as some of our police station. No case say. Ye jai akwana owi aka no.
Wow.
Enkofo no otai omoto kan ye jai omu.
Hey. Oh.
Ye jai omu akwana owi aka ye jai no. Enkofo no oto kan no ye jai no. Yata yadam kan na ma. Car no akwana almost condemn the car. Odani kan na ma but complainants of Pajo can
police station man.
Police station on car. And it's happening all over. What is the job of the police? The job of the police is to arrest people, identify whether a crime has been committed, and take the people before court. So in a situation the police are now arresting people who are engaged in criminal activity, settling the matter at police stations, and then letting these people who have committed crime go free. Say, one day, but if we be seen, on the leader say, police. So it is incumbent upon the person who is president at any particular moment in time to identify that we need police reforms.
Inviting of any arrested. Invitation leads to arrest.
It is incumbent upon the person who is president to realize say certain institutions require reforms. Many cases they say your passport office of mercy. Visa.
No.
It's the whole of a country like Ghana. Open passport, I just say. Baba Ghana. We tell you, cry, you see the power of Pena. Passport will remain now, millions of passports.
Mr. Digital says out to me online.
It is anomaly now. It is the president who will see the problems and maybe have an advisor who can advise more how to reform some of these problems so that our nation can go on. So the position that was given to Indom, for me, could have been the position of maybe special advisor on public sector reforms. A position, but it's an opportunity. Maybe we are no good to me, maybe we are no good to me. But I said, but me, he's joining MPP government. I don't think something was in him. We no matter why.
Media. It's one of his media houses.
He has something to offer.
I say we're doing MPP. I was calling them the devils. They bank. Over 3,000 employees. Branches, you can count every part of this country.
I don't want to look at it as Indom's bank so much as say was what was done necessary.
No, I don't think so.
I want to say Mobile B radio station. There was a criteria that you had to meet before you be allowed to open the radio station. Until you open the radio station, it becomes a going concern. I'm all for the contract back. If I say a very way, until you go into agreement with these people, and then the contracts are running. then at a point in time, a new regulator comes to the NCA and says, "Embrano Masasam." And regulations now easier from formity and opportunity easier from Masasam with their common. And either say easier from VT, saying and I say easier from Maguno. I don't think you are being fair to EEZY FM.
Yeah.
Samrano should be going forward. But before for our album no, and the baby no. But so, for instance, if we are made banana initial capital declaration here, 10 million. Now because we are recapitalizing, we got 400 million. Now I show access to back up those things. That's a million. Meanwhile, I have a bank that is running, that is employing 3,000 people.
Yeah.
And see, the moment you change your parameters and you decide to go back in time to apply those parameters, you have made me an illegal concern. Even though before then I was a perfectly legal concern.
Honorable Bajo, so we do Dr. talking about the deadline issues about GMBank.
As soon as the word came out, we sent a message to all the shareholders. This is a requirement. And we have a deadline, December 31st, 2018. You own 1% share, 2% share, whatever. Okay, are you going to be able to find the money to keep your shareholding level? If not, we have set some goals. Let us know by a certain date. Then we will then explore all the other options that we have. So our intent, as soon as the word came out, we sent a message to all the shareholders. This is a requirement. And we have a deadline, December 31st, 2018. You own 1% share, 2% share, whatever. Okay, are you going to be able to find the money to keep your shareholding level? If not, we have set some goals. Let us know by a certain date. Then we will then explore all the other options that we have. So our intent definitely is to meet that requirement, and we should be able to do so. We are a goal-setting organization. We set our goals. The goal that we set about 3 or 4 years ago was we wanted to be in every district, every region. We wanted to be able to serve 1 million customers and so on and so forth, and we've met those goals. Now we were just getting ready to set goals that were going to be more on the profitability side, and this has come. So we'll take a look at this, and then our next goals will be more about profit making, value creation, and so on and so forth. So we've accomplished essentially the fundamental things that we wanted to do with the bank, and now we are ready to do a number of other things.
That's what an investment company does. You don't go and dig a hole in the ground, and then when you come, you go and dig it back up and say, here's your 1,000 or 2,000 Ghana cedis. We invest the money. And when you invest the money, it means you give loans, you give credit, you trade finance or finance activities. And because we know the importance of infrastructure development in this country, we decided, Group Indo, not just GMBank, but Group Indo, including what used to be called Gold Coast, now Black Shield. We decided that what Ghana needs the most is infrastructure development. And if nobody's credit is good, should that include government? Government's credit should be good, not so. So if you decide to give money, credit, to finance the activities of Ghanaian contractors, that money, it should come back. So where is that money? That money is with the government of Ghana and its agencies, and they know. The former finance minister Kenoforiata knows. The current finance minister, Dr. Amin Adam, he knows. The head of Cocoa Board, we financed cocoa roads. They used to be the safest activity you can engage in. We invested in schools. So many schools that you might see here and there, it is monies from our companies that pre-finance them. You go all over the place. You will find it. Roads, bridges, schools, and so many others. If you go to Discove, it's a sea defense project. And it's been there. That project was started more than 7 years ago. That contractor has spent millions and millions working on that project. Not one pesewa has been paid to that contractor. So what used to be about 1.8 billion Ghana cedis, listen to me again. A debt that used to be 1.8 billion Ghana cedis is now more than 7.1 billion Ghana cedis. I'm not talking old Ghana cedis or old cedis. That is real new Ghana cedis. If you convert it into US dollars, it's about $500 million, and it's growing every day with interest. So the government of Ghana and its agencies, if they had paid us even 1/3 of that money to the contractors 6 years ago, there wouldn't be a Bocus or Black Shield problem, there wouldn't be a GM Bank problem, there wouldn't be a problem with any of our companies.
They should pay the money.
So today, what we are asking is we're saying, let them pay the money. The government doesn't have the money. There are arrangements that can be made. We all know what the situation in Ghana, what it is. So let's come up with a payment plan. They pay us, the customers get paid, the bank rises, and other things come. It's as simple as that.
It's as simple as that. Oh.
Step by step. The issue of capitalization. And some are able to take this bank. For example, GN Bank. Now there was a capitalization level.
Yeah.
That you had to meet. The question is, did GN Bank meet that capitalization? The obvious answer is yes.
Yeah.
But when to me meet here, what to me meet bank? Until omo meet here, omo be a bank. Then government or the regulator says it will set up a new capital threshold. I'm saying, say, at that point, that decision of the regulator should have been challenged, particularly where it affects existing companies and banks. Because you see, they did not set up with the new threshold. They set up with the old threshold, and they are running. Or said there was a call on shareholders.
Yeah.
I think that was a wrong approach.
Why?
What should have been done was challenge the regulator. Because you see, the 1992 Constitution makes it clear that when you are taking a decision, you must apply good sense.
Okay.
You have a duty of care on in each way. That decision, in as far as it affects old and existing companies, was the regulator exercising a sense of care. Because maybe science 6, it's only friend science 6, from 6, and I be a lawyer. Your lawyers be or the lawyers more. Some of them learned on the job.
Okay.
And they became lawyers. Then later, you realize you have to formalize it. Until now you needed a first degree before you can learn the profession of law.
Yeah.
Even beyond first degree, you needed to also have a degree in law before you can Are you saying say Omwa no more years and 6 now? They learned on the job and became lawyers. No more lawyers now. Omo lawyers.
Yeah.
Omo lawyers.
Yes.
So we used to new measures now abano. So you must have degree on so and so before you can become a lawyer. It would be very unfair to those people who did not need those requirements before they became lawyers. Are you with me?
Yeah. Right.
I'm saying, say, once you had people who had met the old capital threshold and were operating as banks already, if you wanted to recapitalize, it should affect the people who are coming in.
Yes.
What's that? You mean my idea? Ebinum abeshas small. They've grown into giants. And to be honest, so banking in Ghana has become attractive. Omoni Yama threshold are no ordering because they are coming to compete with people who are already existing. You don't set up new threshold and require people who are already working to meet the capital threshold. I'm saying at that time, no, people who had those banks, who owned those banks, who were shareholders in those banks, should have challenged that decision.
And nobody did.
I can't
because
remember.
My name's a case in court.
I can't remember. Should have challenged.
There was a challenge, I believe.
They should have challenged those decisions. Number 2, ASA. Number 2, ASA. What's it? Mefa capital mra. And I say, what's it? The capital so. And I was saying in terms of depositors and investors.
Okay, I'm going to do the
men no men quite. What's it? I'm unable to pay my depositors or my investors, or I'm unable to meet the capital threshold, or my books do not sufficiently support my capital declarations. Fantastic.
Okay.
I'm telling you, sir, while you are telling me this, you, the regulator, your brother at the Ministry of Finance owes me. Owes me. And you know, the day they pay me, I become more than solvent. And you just tell them to pay me. You insist on your pound of flesh and you close me down. Meanwhile, the money that is owed me is still there. Oh, you have a duty to exercise good sense.
Yeah.
Basic good sense. Ope umpu, nindu maganani. Yeah. You may not like him, you may not like his success in life, you may not like the kind of cars he buys. And he was a flashy person there. You may not like anything about him, but the basic thing is that he's a Ghanaian. He's able to provide companies that is able to employ hundreds of people, thousands of people. And see, yes, all your funds are not anything. For now, I'm insisting on this regulatory compliance. You didn't calculate because you see, maybe I don't know. When say your for Monday morning quarter bags. Yabo born you know. No we see radio so and out to nice yanke. But if you are not a Monday morning quarter bag. But an action should have come up against the people who owe some of these companies. Because I'm holding your paper.
Yeah.
Me or bank. Regulator will say over to banking. I didn't see a sika. In the meantime, Miss could accompany big paper, I just a company to make us say.
Yeah.
Company no so they abandon the company no car. And for me, what should happen naturally is that we go after the companies, the contractors. The bank goes after them. And then the contractors go after the government. The honor nasanka you an impartial judicial system. Very key. Then you go after the government. Ministry of Finance accounts until they meet the appropriate teacher for can teacher for no so what teacher doctor cannot, because you see, you have been given the management of a whole nation. Say certain man 1.8 no. And I hear Nyankopon so adwuma. Nyame adwuma. Apart from Nyame adwuma no so, it is a national duty. National responsibility. And a yes idea no. And I can 3 as kana. And Kenya could do 7 billion. Ama utina or say that is about $500 million or $500 million. You are talking about a nation. I mean, no cases here. 2-3 days behind the IMF near about stress castle. Mama 100 million, 200 million. You could come. You could come in and this company maybe or say. Now what transfer one debt accumulated to $500 million. So why should you do that?
This is sheer wickedness.
Why should you do that? I didn't think I was all yes, sir. I didn't think I was all yes, sir. But you know, everyone want to say, me the only way I see it is that some of these things go to court, keep the case in court.
The case was in court.
Let's take the action. Let's keep some of these actions in the and where it is possible. No, let us also commission some lawyers to begin to make investigation as to whether some crime has not been committed. Whether some of the people like your friend is Dr. Ernest Addison, the people who took these decisions, can they be held personally accountable? Kenneth Agyei and Co. Do they have immunity? Can you come into government and take any manner of reckless decisions and then go home and enjoy your kokonte? Let us find out. Is there no way can't we pursue civil action against them? Because you see, the fact of the matter is that the state is going to pay.
Yeah.
It may take 6 months to January 2025. The state will be called upon to pay. Or it may take 20 years, but the state will pay.
That's right.
When the state pays, children will suffer because Sky outside the Okaikoi hospital will be called upon to take that money to pay some of these debts that have been recklessly accumulated by reckless people. Can't we pursue civil action and chase them after their personal money? Because some of them, they own shares in companies. The NGB never take an Asubi. Because the fact that we have given you executive power does not mean you can go about a yetimi 2 car. Na ya bo plane car. Na ya do Canada. Unim Canada. Unim Canada. You know how many miles that you need to travel from here before you get to Canada. Na ya small whole delegation. Monko Canada ko some benya investors. Aba kuma be jobs. Na only obiti kroma. Wetinye be a company. I employ 3,000 people. Now, company nanya regulatory United States of America. Why some of these companies get into genuine regulatory problems? You know what the United States government of America does? He gives them money. Omo muska. Kwambene befa so a wajuma no. Yeah, Obekoso I open no doors now. Juma will open your doors so that the work can go on, so that people can be kept employed. Now say yeti kruma. Now say a genuine situation pa. Now say beto company kruma yeti I intimate create man. They beto company a create a one employ 3,000 people la. They beto no promo. Enti o man penyi tine nisa.
We also be sister toilet man.
Ontimi misa. Na washa na ya top money. Now those 3,000 people, no, they also land on the labor market.
So, doctor has embarked on a nationwide cleanup, a peaceful protest. And some go around, they are cleaning. Japadi Asaya. Cars are rusted. Just videos. Banks, no cars. This is your pickups. Pro. When the youth become so angry, I don't want him penny for me. But maybe we were trying to reduce
if there's a way we can hold people personally liable, let us also begin to explore and take action against them personally for the decisions they took. We'll say capitalization. Because to say, Nasa am passing Bosakana, Nasa Bosakana. Are you personally liable? Because for me, it was not a necessary decision. Say, Obia, or no, they can be a company or running. Also, my recapitalize it. Say, well, first can I marry too? Yes, I'm been a woman. Yes, I'm been a woman. At the same time, Sandy Pana was one first can I marry too. No, why brother company the car? Or brother institution the car? What is that?
Papa, Mama, Doctor, Crumendio, Madam Kakrana, I EEZY 107.5 minute Honorable Kenneth Agyei Kuranchie and I education come 101 right on EEZY 107.5. Me, I don't insult because Dr. Nkrumah City.
They are telling you that Ghana is bankrupt. They are telling you that our country is in debt to the extent of some 240 million pounds. What fools they are. How they got for them to think that